Hi guys, we are staying close to the floor today, but that does not mean that this is going to be an easy workout. It's definitely still a challenging one and it packs a punch because we are doing a mat butt lift. So all you will need for this one is a single, that's right, just one light dumbbell. If you have that, roll out your mat and let's go. Hi guys, I've got another workout for you today from my 28-day program, the Hustle and Flow Guide, which, just as a reminder, you can still get at my website. Unfortunately, the discount code is no longer valid, but it's still a really great deal for a full month of workouts that are cycle synced. So I do get a lot of questions about what is cycle syncing? What are the benefits of cycle syncing? What I would advise is that you go follow me on Instagram at F2D Fitness. I'll also have it down below in the description box, and have a look basically at a lot of my posts over there because I go over all sorts of stuff related to women's hormone health and balance, how to correct imbalances, causes of imbalance, how cycle syncing can help balance hormones, balance energy levels along with that, and how it is a really great way to work out. So you can find all of that over there. But we're gonna get cracking into this workout. So this is a workout for your luteal phase. This is going to be kind of near the end of your luteal phase. So coming into your period. This is when it's coming, you're feeling a little bit lower on energy. You wanna stick a little bit closer to the floor. So that is what we are doing. One piece of equipment though, you do need one light weight. I'm using 1.5 kilos, which is roughly 3 pounds, more or less. Okay, so we're gonna start on hands and knees here. You also have the option, if you want to modify, of going from the elbows and knees. It's gonna limit the range of motion a little bit, but that's okay because it can help kind of protect the back. Otherwise, abs will be nice and tight here, which will also protect the back. Weight is gonna go behind the right knee. That's the game plan. So pulling navel in, keeping nice flat back, we're going to be doing a full lift here. Go ahead and start. So we lift, touch down, keep a tight grip on that weight. Exhale up, inhale down. And this is part of the workout that's in the guide. For the full workout, gotta get the guide. But that has been my primary form of working out for the last year or so. I did my own program for about a year, and I did notice a lot of positive changes while doing that. So especially in terms of mood, just having easier cycles, more regular cycles, lost a bit of fat, gained some more muscle. So lots of positive changes with cycle syncing my training. And my guide just takes all the thought out of it. You don't have to think about it. I already did the thought work. Next one, you're gonna keep it up and we're gonna pulse it. So this is a pulse up, not a pulse down. I don't want you going down, up, down, up, down, up. We're just going up. So from the highest point already, it's just a little extra squeeze. So less is more with these. They should actually look smaller. The bigger these are, probably the more likely it is that you're actually just coming out of it and pulsing downward. So just bear that in mind. Keep squeezing abs tight, expanding across the upper back and shoulders. We're in each of these for a minute. Ooh. So we'll burn out one side and then we'll just switch and do that other side. In case you're wondering how long we're on each side for, 5 minutes. It's 5 exercises, 1 minute each. So there you have it. No surprises now. Last few seconds here. And go ahead, bring the knee down. We're gonna lift to the side. Bring it in. When you're doing these, I want you to think of pushing a little extra into the right hand or whichever hand is on the side of the leg that's lifting, because otherwise what can happen is I see people do this big swing over here where they're just dipping that left shoulder or the opposite side shoulder and they're twisting the hips. Hips should stay completely square to the floor. So you're only lifting as high as you can there without opening the hip. If the hip is opening, then guess what? We're not working the muscles in the way that we intend to. So abs are nice and engaged here as well. Ooh. Keeping weight centered. If you had a tray of drinks on your back right now, you would be able to keep it there without spilling. All right, last one there. And then we're gonna alternate. So we're just gonna do one to the back, slow through center, one to the side. Slower is going to be better with these. And another little tip that I always give people when they're doing anything like this, any of these kinds of quadruped leg lifts, is to push through the first point of resistance, right? Because you'll feel kind of an initial point of resistance, and then maybe you think, okay, that's good. That's high enough. It's not. It's not. You should be going to that second or third point of resistance, but keeping back flat. Squeeze that supporting glute. Whew. Not too much more here. Just keep it slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, one more in either direction, and then we're going to get rid of that weight. Hooray! All right, weight off to the side here. Extend that leg all the way straight to the outside of the mat on the right. You're gonna do a big rainbow, up and over to the left. Same thing coming back. So that leg does have to come high. It's not gonna lift the butt unless you lift. You gotta do that lifting motion. So it's gotta come high here. If you're just kind of doing like a cross, guess what? It's not gonna do anything. It's gotta be a big rainbow, up and over. Still keeping abs really engaged here. One little test you can do to make sure that the abs are engaged here is pick up opposite hand. So pick up left hand. Can we keep that up? Can we keep going with that rainbow? Lovely. You can always bring it back down. You can keep it up the whole time if you wanted to, but we shouldn't be relying on putting all the weight there. Last one there. All right, take a little breather. You can take a little child's pose, in fact. Give the butt a little wiggle around. Shake out the wrists if you did do the whole series on the wrist, but like I said, you always have the option of going to the elbows as well. All right, I'm gonna flip around here so you can see my active leg. Grab my weight. Weight is coming behind. Left knee. Give it a nice tight squeeze in. I do recommend flexing the foot as well versus pointing. I find it just helps me get a tighter grip on the weight. That's all. All right, starting with our lift here in 3, 2, 1. So exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. This side feels harder. I said that after one single rep. Hi, Layla. Layla's up here for moral support, as usual. And you can do that little hand lift trick anywhere within this series. So opposite hand from the leg that's active, you should be able to pick that up at any point. If you automatically just collapse, then you know the abs are not working hard enough here because they should be super engaged. And you know that you're probably getting a little bit of a tilt. Oh, I find it so much harder to hold a weight on this left side. My grip is just not as good. That's all right. That's all right. We'll develop it. We'll develop it. Couple more here. Next one, you're gonna keep the leg up and we're pulsing. So again, pulsing up, lift, lift. Not a drop down. So keep these small, really, really small, nice and shaky. So yeah, you can definitely still get a good workout in as you're kind of slowing down in anticipation of your period, but it's just gonna be a little different. This is gonna be more of the kind of muscular endurance, fine toning work. I do prefer to do more Pilates and bar at that time. This is when we're not gonna be doing a whole lot of cardio or HIIT. Save that for mid-cycle. It's actually counterproductive to do it at this point too. If you can believe it, I think it seems really counterintuitive to people. They're like, no, but cardio and HIIT all the time is gonna be productive. It's not, it's really not. I'll tell you why in just a second. Go ahead, release. We're doing that lift to the side. So lift and lower. Push a little extra into the left hand. So when you are doing high intensity workouts in that kind of week leading up to your period, the time period is going to be a little bit different for everybody because it does depend sort of on the length of your cycle, all of that jazz. So when you're ovulating, but more or less, we'll say the week kind of leading into your period when you start to feel a little bit slower. If you're forcing cardio hit, those higher intensity workouts in, it actually tells your body, oh my God, what's going on? Like we're entering stress mode. Because listen, I'm getting ready to shed the lining of my uterus, and also you're putting me through this, and also I need a few more calories during the day, and you're making me do this. So it actually makes your body go a little crazy. Last one here, we alternate one to the back, one to the side. And your body, because it thinks that like something crazy is happening, the apocalypse is coming, it goes into fat save mode. So you actually store more fat because your body is smart. It's trying to protect itself. It thinks that you are going to battle with it, and your body's always going to win when you try to go to battle with it. So it'll actually store more fat. And I can tell you this from experience as well, because years ago, before I started doing cycle syncing, I thought, like I think probably many of you think, more cardio, better. More is more. That's going to burn the fat. I'm going to push myself, even when my body doesn't feel like it. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to do it. And guess what? I had a really hard time losing those kind of more hormonal fat deposits. I really, really struggled with it. Last one there. Weight can go now. Leg is straight, off to the side, big rainbow, up and over. See if you can lift, opposite hand. Woo, I can't on this side. There we go. Now I know. Need to reset a little bit. There it is. Okay, now we can touch it back down. But yeah, I promise you, it is a bit weird initially because if you are more kind of type A, it's usually the type A ladies who are this way. I feel you. If you're a little bit more type A, you're like, no. Must control, must do more. This is not enough. And actually, the results are better. Again, I'm telling you from experience, the results are better when you slow it down, when your body is slowing down. So you're just following those natural patterns of your body, of your hormonal clock, and it really makes a big difference. And you just feel better because you're not forcing your body to do things that it just doesn't want to do. Last one there. All right, there we go. Again, you can just take a little child's pose here. Woo, have a little rest. Weight can go off to the side. We're done. We're done with that bad boy. And go ahead, flip around. Come on to your back. What would a mat butt lift workout be without doing bridge lifts? Nothing. It would be nothing. This is how it's going to carry us home. All right, so feet planted here about hip distance apart. We can just do hands by the side. I always recommend when hands are by the side, palms facing upward because it opens the fronts of the shoulders. And you can experiment with that. Down, my shoulders lifting close, up, they open. There we go. So now you know. All right, starting with just a classic bridge lift. So we'll lift, squeeze the butt as tight as you can. Stay straight at the hips. Inhale, touch back down. In 3, 2, 1. Lift, squeeze. Think of reaching long through the kneecaps. Keep knees over the toes, so don't let the knees drop together. A little pause at the top. We want to hold that squeeze for a second. I also like doing my arms overhead in bridge lifts, but up to you. I guess it depends how fresh you are smelling. Also, because probably there are times when I would prefer not to do that position. Just speaking honestly. Especially as it keeps getting warmer and warmer. Which I know largely Spain is alone in how warm it is right now. It got warm really, really early this year. So like the entirety of March was beautiful.
All right, last one there. I want you to hold here at the top, tuck shoulders under, keep squeezing glutes, bring the feet together. You're gonna lift just the right leg. So we're gonna march it, we're gonna push it, we're gonna bring it in, we're gonna set it down, right side again. We lift, we push, we're just doing 10 of these, in, down. Do not let that left hip drop. Push through the heel, tuck in, down. Again, keep squeezing that left glute. It should feel a little crampy. If it's dropping, you are not actually going to be activating it. So if you start to sink down here, yet still lifted, I don't feel the butt at all from down here. Not even a little bit. Last few here. So you gotta keep it high. That's how we train the butt. Couple more here. Last one. We're gonna keep it up, so you can either keep it extended long or bring it back to bent. Either way, we're gonna lower the butt. Now, oh, huzzah, but we're gonna do 10 lifts here, single leg. Exhale, push as high as you can. Inhale, lower. So again, if you're not pushing high enough to activate that glute, you're not gonna activate it. So you really gotta push through a little period of shaking. Like I start shaking there, keep going. Slow release down. Yes, these are hard, especially after we just did all that weighted work. But like I said, this is how we're gonna carry it home. 2 more on this side. Oh boy, oh boy. And last one, release, bring the right foot down. All right, we're gonna lift, back up. Oh my God, left feels crampy. It's not a real cramp, but it feels that way. All right, feet together again. We're gonna repeat with the left leg. So we march, we push, we tuck, we touch floor. Nice and controlled. Do not rush these. I know you probably wanna rush them because you don't wanna stay up here so long, but you should not be going faster than I am. And if you are, well then I want you to stay up here just as long anyway. But you'll get a lot more muscle value slowing these ones down. The side's not as bad for me. Wonderful. My dominant right glute. Couple more here. All right, last one, and then however you had the leg on that first side, you're gonna do the same here. Butt touches down. Exhale, push, push, push. So keep pushing until you truly cannot lift anymore. Don't just hit that first point and think, that's good enough. Because these ones, you gotta go high. I've maybe like once seen somebody go too high on these, maybe once. It's pretty hard to go too high. Couple more. And last one, bring it down, release that foot, bring feet back to hip distance, and then our final little burnout here, we're gonna lift up and we're just gonna pulse that bridge lift. So lift the butt in 3, 2, 1. Little tiny release, squeeze, release, squeeze. And as you're doing these, I want you to really focus on keeping the energy in the glutes. So try not to do like a big up down with the whole torso where it's really kind of like wild. Try to just do a little release, squeeze, just with the butt, just at the level of the hips. Abs stay tight, release, squeeze, hold. You'll notice I always hold that squeeze. We want to milk that squeeze for all that it is worth. Because the release, obviously, that's not where the work is. It's not where the work is, I'm sorry to tell you. So that's not the position we want to show. Imagine if somebody was taking a picture of you doing this, which part would you want to show? You'd want to show the lift, right? So to make sure they catch that, you want to spend longer in it. Final little push here, and hold, hold, hold. Slow release. Hug knees into the chest. You can just take a little wiggle, side to side, front, back. Ooh, you could go in a circle. Whoa. Neat. Okay, that was exciting. Let's go ahead and rock up to seated here. We'll do just a quick stretch. So hands coming behind, cross right ankle over left knee. Ooh, right knee is gonna press that away from you. Lift chest up and over. And with all of the workouts in the 28-day program, there is a designated warm-up and cool down. I have not done that in these YouTube workouts, but yeah, that is included in there. That is all there. And go ahead, release and switch. So yep, you get all of that when you get the 28-day program. I will have it linked down below for you guys. And like I said, even without that discount, it is still a really, really great value because it is €40 for your full month of workouts that you can do as many times as you want to. Legs out straight here, reach forward. I also do get a lot of questions like, I'm on hormonal birth control. Can I still do the program? Yes, absolutely. There are instructions in there for how to get started with it. A lot of my trial group, not a lot of my trial group, but some of my trial group, that was the case for them. So yeah, you can definitely still use it. It's definitely still beneficial. It's also really beneficial if you are currently on hormonal birth control, but looking to come off of it. Really helps with that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. I hope you're feeling a nice little burn in the butt, but not too exhausted, depleted right now, because that's not what we want right now at this moment. If you guys like this one, do hit that like button down below. If you want to keep enjoying 2 workouts per week, hit that subscribe button so you can come back and see some more. And let me know down below in the comments if you've tried cycle syncing, if you have no idea what it is, if you have any questions about it, if you're interested in trying it, any of that. Just let me know that down below in the comments, and I will see you guys back here soon. Bye!